name is Karthik Kumar, and I am the Center Director for Saint-Gobain Research India at IIT Madras Research Park at Chennai. A typical day at SGRI for a lot of us who are scientists, who are researchers, is to understand what the business needs are for Saint-Gobain, what we are capable of doing in terms of science, what our global team can offer us as a cross-collaboration capabilities, and then able to do experimentation and validate product development accordingly. Saint-Gobain has been an early occupant in IIT Madras Research Park, and for a very good reason. When we wanted to have an R&D center in India, at that point of time, a research park was a fantastic collaboration where we joined hands together. And by joining hands, even before it was established, our R&D center became a partner in this ecosystem in even shaping our location, in shaping of our laboratory in terms of what we do, and also be a part of the collaborations which we do with IIT Madras, with our startups which were there at that point of time and still evolving on that point. We are now 8 years into the research park, and our partnership has evolved and grown in different ways. Initially, we had our own ability to design what we wanted in terms of research with our faculty, in terms of what we call as the TRL levels. The TRL levels used to be in the scientific part earlier. Now, as we go forward, we are starting to see the evolution of a project. For example, if I take a project which was highly scientific in the past, now it's also going towards the application and also in the scale-up mode. So that's on the IIT side. In the IIT Research Park as such, we have been having this collaborations where with startups, we have evolved the academic projects into startups and even growing them further in terms of what our business needs are and how we can support the startups even from what they can develop themselves into. Saint-Gobain has a good history of R&D even before we came to India across the world for the last 300 odd years. Now, if I look at the connections we have with academia for all these 300 years, it's fantastic in their own countries and in their own regions. Similarly, here in India, we have started recently, but then when you are talking about the ability to scale up, we have various filters, for example, what the customers in India need in terms of our Saint-Gobain products. And what do we have as a technology when we build together here as an eco-partnership? And what can we do as a people to nurture and develop our knowledge? These are the few things which we have used to get our scalability. And once you have this desirability, feasibility and capability in place in innovation, we have a possibility to have a repeatable model for any innovation, and that can be scalable. Let me give a few examples of how we have scaled up technologies across the collaboration. We initially had a ceramic material which is acting as a filter. But then when you're talking about filtration, we didn't have use cases that could have been developed further. So we started out with the collaboration with Professor Liggy Philip in evaluating the filters for water in different places. And we had developed the water filter from scratch. And it developed not just in the lab. Then we started using the filters in IIT Madras Lake. And that further developed into the fact that we have now filters which are used at a large commercial place like reverse osmosis and industrial effluent treatments. So this has come a long way from the fact that it was in the lab to the point that it has gone to the application outside in the field. Now that we don't stop there. Now we still work with the professor and also the other industries to make sure that there is a knowledge which we gain and use it for the application development and also in terms of how we can have the regulatories in place. This is an example of water filter, and similar example is existing for us in the sustainability terms where we are using biomass and biofuel. We know that biomass is a good fuel which is sustainable, but the fact is it's not available across the country, it's not available throughout the year, and many things like the supply element from farm to a factory is not easy. So when you look at all these challenges and the ability to use the right biofuel for our needs, we have worked with the IIT Madras, and we have also worked in the context of getting knowledge to make this happen, and this is a work in progress. Saint-Gobain has worked with academics across the world for many years, and also in India as well we have worked with many academics. With respect to IIT Madras, we have got a great talent pool the ability for the faculty to generate applications which are fantastic in terms of industry. And when we talk about an industry-academia partnership towards common goal for customers and the society at large, it makes this much valuable. Collaboration varies with the various challenges and timeline, because sometimes in the context of product development, it can happen that it can be longer because we don't know much about it, or it can be faster because it's a matter of just a scale up. I mean, the context of water filtration, for example, for us it was a matter of going sequentially and in a timely fashion. But it could not be the same for other applications, for example, where in the case of biofuel, we have to generate a lot more knowledge before we can scale up those systems. So the reality is each project or each innovation comes with their own timelines and challenges, where industry and academia have to chart out their own plan. And we are good at it by taking it case by case. Startups is a fantastic partners in innovation, and Saint-Gobain has had a good experience across that as well. We have nurtured some startups like Twasta, where we have encouraged 3D printing as a part of build a construction process, and we have worked with them not just as a mentor but also material suppliers to make the things happen for them. And there are many such examples. For in some cases, like when you're talking with Agnicool, whether can we develop materials for them which can work for space is an interesting challenge for us as well. So there are various startups we have partnered, let's say Yan Data or others, where we have used each other's service to help each other, and that's growing well. So in Saint-Gobain has been, in addition to the research projects, have had academic connects where we nurture young talents, primarily by internship and also the recruitment after the masters. So this has helped us a lot, not just to expose students to our industry, but also to enable agile mode of R&D and better connect with the academia. Saint-Gobain has a sustainability charter which has been net zero carbon for 2050, and towards that effort we are working on various product lines and ability for us to be sustainable. I also know that from our IIT Madras Research Park, there is a good sustainability targets to be 100% in terms of renewable energy. Considering that we both are having sustainability targets which are aligned, we join hands. And this has given rise to very interesting synergy. For example, SGRI as a center, we would be getting to use 100% renewable energy, and we come from 5% to 95% in then less than 1.5 years. Now my aspiration is also to be 100% renewable energy in our center. So working hand in hand, it's very interesting for us to say that what is good for IIT MRP is also good for Saint-Gobain, and in that context we are collaborating with each other in a sustainable form in, let's say, this 100% renewable energy. But this is not just about us. We are here to develop products which are sustainable, and if you are looking at product development also, we get to learn from each other how to be sustainable in terms of eco-innovation. And that's something which we kind of trade knowledge with each other with respect to IIT Madras. Saint-Gobain as a company has a global footprint, and it has also global footprint in the R&D. For example, we have 8 R&D centers and we are connected with each other. Now, when we are operating out of India as Saint-Gobain Research India, we are looking after the customers which are in India and also the customer requirements in India. This makes us very regional from the perspective of customer centricity, but also global from the knowledge perspective, where we can have a connect between R&D centers across the world and tap into different academia around the world to make things happen. This is a very win-win situation between a global and a regional players. Saint-Gobain India and Indian operations are growing because India by itself is in a growth path, and therefore it is quite natural for us as an R&D center to grow. Now the point is, as IIT Madras Research Park grows and as Saint-Gobain Research India grows, we will have our partnership grow together in various elements. For example, as I explained, we were partners in the 100% renewable energy and various other programs which are in offing. And not just the programs, we are in it together as a partner, and we continue to do that. Thank you.